Bangkok. Thailand's bustling capital offers visitors a rich tapestry of ornate temples, gleaming skyscrapers, irresistible shopping, mouth-watering cuisine, and bustling street life, most spreading east from the banks of the winding Chao Phraya River all the way to the city's two busy international airports. What most people don't know is that not all Bangkok's original inhabitants moved here by choice. Some were Cambodian POWs who dug Bangkok's moat, others Laotians from newly conquered lands on the Mekong who built the city's wall, and others were Malays brought to Bangkok in 1786 to service the king's new palace and subdue a southern sultanate. These Malays established a Muslim community that still survives, right here in one of Bangkok's most famous tourist quarters, Banglamphu and boisterous Khao San Road. Thai kingdoms began grappling with Malay rivals to the south as early as the 13th century, when what is now Muslim Malaysia was a Hindu empire, Sriwijaya. Arab traders were already traveling Southeast Asia, many settling in the Malay Peninsula and spreading Islam. As Ayutthaya rose, most Malay states became its vassals, sending regular tribute north. Ming Dynasty records from 1403 record Melaka's annual tributes to Ayutthaya, silver or gold flowers known as bunga. But when Melaka created an empire of its own, it stopped sending tribute, sparking two failed Siamese invasions. That ended in 1511 when Portugal conquered Melaka, allying with Ayutthaya. Many Portuguese Catholics settled in Ayutthaya among the many Muslims already there. Traders from Persia, Arabia, India, as well as refugees, mercenaries, and prisoners of war from the Spice Islands and Vietnam. With Melaka under Portuguese control, the Arab traders moved to a newer sultanate, Patani, established just before Melaka's conquest by a Siamese prince who converted to Islam. As Patani grew, it chafed under vassalage to Ayutthaya. When the Burmese attacked Ayutthaya in 1563, therefore, Patani's sultan saw his chance. Using a new canal the Siamese dug between Ayutthaya and the sea, the sultan sailed 200 warships past the new fortress in Bangkok to join the Burmese attack. But Ayutthaya stabbed off defeat, capturing some of Patani's warriors and settling them outside the city. Patani was then ruled by 3 consecutive queens. The first 2 maintained a peaceful vassalage to Ayutthaya with regular bunga tributes. But in 1624, the second queen died and was succeeded by her younger sister, who stopped the bunga and married her daughter to a Malay sultan, though she was already wed to a Siamese royal. This prompted 2 more failed invasions, with thousands more Patani captives brought back to Ayutthaya to farm rice for the royal granaries. When in 1688 French envoy Simon de la Loubert visited Ayutthaya, he estimated there were already roughly 3,000 to 4,000 Malays living in the Siamese metropolis. Patani's next rebellion came later that year, when Petracha overthrew King Narai to eject a French garrison in Bangkok and halt the spread of Catholicism. Patani refused to recognize Petracha as king, so he sent 50,000 troops south, returning with even more captives. In 1767, the Burmese sacked Ayutthaya, and the many Malays living there fled south to a new capital, Thonburi, built in Bangkok by the new Chinese Siamese king, Taksin. King Taksin granted land around Bangkok to Ayutthaya's foreign refugees. Portuguese Catholics who fought for him settled just south on the Chao Phraya. Some of Ayutthaya's Malays settled nearby, others across the river on Banglamphu Canal. Back in Patani, Ayutthaya's fall meant independence and no more annual tributes. Thaksin's successor, King Rama I, had more pressing problems. In December 1785, the Burmese invaded again. By the following March, however, Rama I had forced the Burmese out. His forces then headed south to subdue Patani, returning to Bangkok with gold, silver, weapons, and Patani's sultan, its nobles, and 4,000 more captives. The prisoners from Patani were brought to the new capital Rama I had just built across the Chao Phraya from Thonburi, Vatthanakosin. Rama I granted them land inside the city wall near the Banglamphu Canal village founded by Ayutthaya's Malays a decade earlier. Remnants of that settlement survive today in a tiny Muslim enclave bordered by Prasiman, Wat Chanasongkram, Chakraphong Road, and Truck Kai Jer, or Bantam Alley. Patani rebelled again, and even more Malay Muslims were brought to Banglamphu. As the community grew, some Patani Muslims settled east along Bangkok's wall in an area called Bon Duk Din. The street connecting these two communities commemorates the area's Patani roots. Tani Road sits just a block from the busy backpacker hub around Khao Road and Rambu Tree Road. The captives settled here were skilled goldsmiths, and the area became a hub for royal jewelry and regalia. The mosque standing here today is a relatively new construction. It's not clear when, but the first mosque Banglamphu's residents built was a wooden structure named for the Buddhist temple nearby, Wat Tong Pu Mosque. Later, it was renamed for its neighborhood, Banglamphu, until roughly 1900, that is, when it was renamed for the new boulevard built through the enclave, Chakraphong Road, giving the mosque its present name, Chakraphong Mosque. Banglamphu looked much different in those days. A century ago, prayer times were marked by a drum atop the mosque. After World War II, the neighborhood raised money to top it with a minaret. In those days, the neighborhood was crisscrossed by canals full of fish. The water so clean, residents bathed in it. Homes were linked by verandas, and boats moved door to door selling food and wares. Today, rowdy Kawasan encroaches, yet you can still find traditional Malay Muslim fare. Down the alley from Chakraphong Mosque, stop in for some oxtail soup at SM Lokanda. This restaurant is only open till about 1 p.m. and closed weekends. Still hungry? Top off with some fiery curry next door at Patani. On Thanon Tani, try chicken biryani or khao mok dai at Aisha Rodi Halal. Staying in Banglamphu's Muslim quarter means being roused by the pre-dawn call to prayer. If you don't relish a sunrise alarm, stay outside the neighborhood precincts. A short walk away on Pra Atit Road are two riverfront boutique options. The Standard X, an artsy new property managed by Hyatt, and Riva Surya Bangkok, owned by the same family that runs the Chao Phraya river ferries. Banglamphu's alleys rang with the hammers of Patani goldsmiths until the 1960s. Most residents have since moved elsewhere around Bangkok. By 2002, the Chakraphong Mosque community had dropped below 800, and Malay Muslims now account for almost 60% of the city's Muslim population. The heritage remains rooted here in Banglamphu at the Chakraphong Mosque.